So my story is I started out as a PT. I was 20 years old. For the first 12 months of my career, I didn't take anything seriously at all. I was literally young, stuck and broke. Didn't know what I wanted to do in life, had no idea about where I wanted to be, what my career was going to do. I just fell into PT because I like sport. A lot of the time we fall into things. We don't know why we're doing them. And one of the things that I like to say very often is you don't find your passion. You never find it, you create it. So I came into the industry not even really wanting to be in the industry. Went through what success looks like to me. What did I actually want out of life? And this is where you can start to create your passion, right? Because all I wanted was a career that would one day help me support a family. Still to this day, that's the only thing that drives me. And I just wanted to have a job, a career that allowed me to support a family, but also I wanted to live an above average life. I didn't want to stress. I don't want to stress about money. You know, like I don't want to have to sit there and stress about money week to week, come home and like, you know, my future wife is on my ass because I'm not making enough money and I can't support my family, right? And I wanted to be the best dad in the world. It was from that day that I made a choice that I needed to move forward. I needed to make a change. I needed to do something different. I needed to actually start putting in some effort. We're going to fast forward. So from the kid who was making $800 a week in revenue, living out of home, pretty much living off $150 a week, and that was going to party and alcohol, to I had started to move forward. I was making about $90K a year in revenue at this point. There's one issue. The week before I went to move into St Kilda, I lost my license for 6 months. Tragedy, like literally tragedy. I started work at 5:30 a.m. in Point Cook. My clients were all morning till 12. So I would get up every day at 3:20 and I would catch the 4:10 train to Point Cook, I'm not sure what station it was, but it was around the corner. I would get off the train and I would walk and I would start work at 5:30. I would then leave Point Cook at 12, catch the train back, walk from St Kilda to Port Melbourne, start work there, and I would be, anyone that knows what a kickstart is, so I'd be working with my leads every night till about 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then from there, I'd be home. 9 o'clock, and at this point I was doing what every other PT is doing as well, and I would prep my meals for the next day and I would go again. So I'd be in bed by about 10:30, 11. What also happened over that period of time is I was under a lot of stress that I couldn't keep up with. So I actually got really, really bad anxiety at this point, to the point where I would have panic attacks by myself in my room. And for some reason, I don't know why, but I kept going. And I kept going and I kept going. And I made it. That was probably the biggest struggle I've ever had in my life. The hardest point at any time I've ever had in my life. Because I was literally living off 3 hours sleep per night and making it work. But there was also another struggle that I had. And that was the fact that I knew that this wasn't the life I wanted to live. I did not want to be hustling and bustling in a gym, doing 50-hour weeks for the rest of my life, because what was my goal in the first place? My goal in the first place was to have an income that would be able to support a family. It's like, what's the importance of having an income to support a family if you can't actually support them while you're there? My business looked nothing like what I needed it to. I was making money. Don't get me wrong, I was making money. But it wasn't fulfilling. And this is something I spent well over 100K on education across a 3-year period, a 4-year period, from the coaches that I had a coach all year round, to the mentors that I got, to the courses that I did, to everything that I invested in. But it just wasn't enough. Yeah? You hear me harp on about education. I think it's still the most important thing. But for some reason, the education wasn't turning into revenue. It wasn't giving me time back. Frustrating thing, right? And I know that a lot of you guys would go through this as well, right? It's like you're putting in all this work, you're getting all this knowledge, and then all of a sudden it's just like, well, nothing's changing. I started doing business mentorships. So I was like, you know what, this education shit, no, it's not working for me. So I went and did business mentorships, 10K, 15K. Got introduced to social media marketing and was like, I've got it now. This is the new it thing. Social media marketing, it's going to do it all for me. And I had this realization, I was looking for a savior. Yeah, I wasn't trying to thrive in my business. I was looking for something to come and save me. Come and save me out of the 40-hour to 50-hour to 60-hour working week. I wanted something to come and pull me out, take me out of this thing that was making me fucking miserable. The realization is that it takes a hybrid model. It takes a combination of education, understanding business structure, understanding marketing, understanding everything. And when you can bring that in together as a model, bang, that's what it was. And all of a sudden I had this aha moment that that's what I need to do. And all of a sudden, guess what? I wasn't relying on something to grow my business. I wasn't sitting there going, Facebook ads, that's going to do it for me. I'm telling you, if you're a PT, you need to be a hybrid, as you will become extinct. You need to be open to learning about business. You need to be open about getting the education necessary. You need to be open about combining everything together so that you can take yourself to a new level. Because without this hybrid model, you're going to be stuck working 60-hour weeks, never actually getting to enjoy your life outside of your work, which is not why any of us exist. A lot of us say we want to earn 6 figures, right? Because that's what we place happiness on that. We place happiness on this money situation. It doesn't change anything, right? The process is what matters. It doesn't change anything, the fact that you're earning 100K, right? Like, think about it. If we break down what that 100K looks like in each one of your heads, it's going to be different. Because you don't want to earn 100K because it's cool to have a heap of money locked away in a room somewhere. You want to earn 100K or 200K or 300K because of the life you think it's going to give you, because of the freedom. A lot of us tie 100K, 200K, 6 figures to holidays, to family, to a nice house, to all these things, right, outside of what 100K actually is. So this is the importance of understanding the hybrid model, because without that, you're stuck working, you're not going to be able to charge more. There's only 2 ways to scale a business. Design systems that allow you to deal with more people, or you charge a high ticket price. That's the only way up. Otherwise, you're stuck. Or you get people underneath you, but again, that's dealing with more people. And the only way that you can actually scale a business is if you become this hybrid model of a PT. The PT that is open to learning about business, that is open to learning, to becoming super highly educated. And guess what? When you can get to that level of education and understanding business, that's where you can start design the systems that we talked about before. Because without a deep understanding of both, you can't. Without a deep understanding of programming, you can't create a programming system. Programming system allows you to program for someone quicker, which allows you to actually it gives you more time. So all of a sudden you see that connection between having a deep understanding of the education and how it actually ties in with business. That's the hybrid. And you can do that with every aspect of it. But for me, I had this little itch in me that's like, it doesn't have to cost that much. Surely not everyone in this room has to go through all of that to start building the business they want so that they can have the life they want to have. Surely it's not that hard. So my mission became to give others the opportunity. That's why I do what I do now. Because I actually love the fact that I can share my experience with you and put something like this together so that you guys don't have to go and spend 150 to 200K, so that you get everything in the one place. My mission was to help trainers create the life they want through the business they need. So the key for all you guys is to become the hybrid model PT, to combine business, to combine education, to really want to make an impact. Because when you buy more time, you earn more money. When you earn more money, you make a larger impact. That's the connection.